Hey, what's up, guys? First of all, I want to shout out Kingston 166 because he figured out where I was. Yes, I'm in San Diego, okay? And as you all can see over here, it's the Coronado Bridge, all right? So I'm supposed to explore that bridge today. I'll be out on the ocean pretty much most of the day, just taking different trips and stuff out on the ocean. Now, that being said, let's talk about how to actually quit your job, okay? If you want to quit your job, I'm going to tell you the strategy to quit your job, and I'm going to tell you about the best credit unions to leverage to quit your job. Now, before you quit your job, okay, there's a couple things you need to understand. Plus, I'm going to tell you some of the easiest businesses you actually can invest in to help you quit your job. Now, there's one thing that I want to bring to your attention that people are not still leveraging, and that's with the SBA. One of the bigger things that I see a lot of people do, they want to start a business, right? And I keep telling you guys, the best leverage instead of starting a business is to actually buy a business. Now, here's the reason why. Because if you buy a business, you already have instant clientele, right? You already know there's revenue coming in the business. Now, here's the secret sauce in terms of SBA. When qualifying for SBA usually wants you to have at least 10% down, right? So here's the thing that most people don't know, that if you come up with 5%, then the owner or the seller of the business, they can carry the other 5%. That equals your 10%, okay? So if you're trying to buy $100,000 business, you're needing $10,000, you just come up with $5,000, and the owner that's selling the business, they can carry a note for $5,000, right? So you don't have to come up with that whole $10,000 to buy that business. Why this is such a leveraging tool is because many business owners now, as they get older, the kids don't want to take the business over and stuff like that. So now you're able to leverage that business. So you may want to consider buying a business instead of starting a new business. That being said, some other things that you want to consider before you just hop out there and quit your job and start a business. Here's the thing I would ask you. Can you afford to quit? Okay? This is one of the biggest things that keep people in their jobs that they hate, is because they can't afford to quit. And the reason they can't afford to quit, because they don't have any leveraging tools that's going to carry them over. So that being said, that's the reason why I told you I'm going to tell you some of the best credit unions to go to give you that leverage. All right. So can you afford to quit? You have to think about that. Now, the next one, are you going to be starting a business, or are you just quitting so you can start a new job? Here's the thing about it. I always tell people, do not quit your job. Do this here. This is one of the easiest hacks, and most people will not do it, unfortunately. But I promise you, if you do it, you'll thank me later. You'll probably even send me a Applebee's gift certificate or whatever. What? Instead of quitting your job, you go to your doctor, okay? And you request stress management time off, okay? And what I would do if I were you, I would do this anywhere from 90 days to 6 months, okay? That way your current job is protected, right? This is something that most people don't know how to do. You can actually do a backdoor hack. Put in a report to the Department of Labor, okay, that the environment is overstressing you. Put in a report to them. Then go to your doctor and get the stress. Now you have officially documented that you've been stressed out because of your job. So now not only can they not fire you, however, you will still be compensated while you're holding that job for short-term disability. All right, that'll give you income to continue paying your bills. All right, so that's another thing. All right, another thing is, let's talk about credit. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. The main reason why you should have good established credit, because you're going to be able to leverage that credit. All right, and I know a lot of people right now, they may be having challenging credit. Okay, and one of the things that's killing a lot of people's credit is because when Trump reversed a lot of the credit laws from the CFPB, it ended up tanking people's credit for us. Medical debt being reported, buy now, pay later loans being reported on the credit file. Now, here's a little hack. When you have bad credit, here's something that you actually can do to leverage that. Look at loans that actually do not report on the credit, because unfortunately these are going to be like tribal loans or whatever. However, you get a loan like big buck loan for $5,000. Look up low credit finance. Okay, they go up to $50,000. You may have to look at max personal loans. Okay, tribal lender loans that go up to $50,000. Now the reason why getting those type of loans and paying down all your small revolving debt, this is going to increase your credit score. Not only increase your credit score, this is also going to lower your debt to income ratio. All right, so that way you're a shoe in for these credit unions that I'm gonna tell you about, that's going to give you the leverage to quit your job. Okay, now here's the thing about it. Another thing is health insurance. This is another big thing, because people have to worry about, well, what about health insurance? Well, here's the thing about it that people are not understanding. Most of the time when we're on our job, think about it. How many times a year do we usually go to the doctor? We probably go to the doctor maybe once. Sometimes we'll even skip 2-3 years, even though we have health insurance and won't go to the doctor. We're going to go to the dentist and stuff. Well, now you have different programs that through the state that will help give you insurance. Plus, you can have a HSA, a health savings account, right, with a higher deductible in case you have to be hospitalized. Excuse me. Now, the reason why is because using that HSA, guess what you're able to do? You're able to use that as an investment account as well. So in case you have to go to the doctor, but if you don't, you can still use it as an investment account. All right, so that's a leveraging tool. Okay, so I'm just giving you some strategies in terms of helping you understand that you don't have to stay in that job. You just have to prepare yourself, so when you transition from that job maybe to a new job, as well as starting a business or buying a business. Okay, now let's talk about some of these here credit union. You got State Department Federal Credit Union. Why? It goes up to $100,000. Now, you do not have to have perfect credit, but the reason why this is a leveraging tool is because they give you up to 90 days before you make your first payment on that personal loan. Plus, they offer lines of credit up to $100,000. Plus, they offer credit cards up to $100,000. So with that one hard inquiry, they use Experian Mortgage 2. Okay, Mortgage 2. So that's the reason why I tell you guys, you need to know your real credit scores. All right. Now, here's the thing about it. When you apply for that loan, you might as well apply for that, use that same inquiry to either get a line of credit or a credit card. I would tell you to get the line of credit, okay? Credit card is fine, but I would get the line of credit. Because with that line of credit, you can use that line of credit and pay up all of your household bills, right? Pay up your bills, your light, gas, water, all your temporary bills, light, gas, water, pay your insurance off and stuff like that. Pay all that up for anywhere, you can prorate it for anywhere from a year, from 6 months up to a year, okay? Now, you don't have to worry about the bills being paid. You still have like your rent. You can use that line of credit to pay your rent as well. But with your light, gas, water, car insurance, cell phone, you know, all your immediate bills, then you pay all those up for a year, okay? So those bills are out of the way. So now, guess what? You have more leverage to actually continue focusing on the new job. In case you don't like the new job, at least you still know your bills are paid and you can try something different, or focusing on putting all your time and resources into that new business. All right. Now, that's the first one. Then you have Chevron Federal Credit Union. All right. They also offer loans up to $50,000 for 90 days. Okay. First payment is due within 90 days. This is the type of leverage that you guys should be having, all right? We're going to talk about other ways to invest this here personal loan in order to make money in a minute. I just want to give you these here loans. Then you also have John Hopkins, right? So with John Hopkins, here's the thing about it. They offer loans up to 90 days, all right? So you don't have to be a doctor with them. You can just join with them. John Hopkins Credit Union, all right? Then you have Liberty Federal Credit Unions. They offer loans up to 90 days. This 90-day thing is so important to give you that leverage, okay? If you want to quit your job, you want a better job, you want to start a business, this is the way. I hope this video is being helpful to you. Put a comment below. Let me know if you're really getting any value out of this. And please share the video. All right. Now, also you have the Congressional Federal Credit Union. They offer personal loans, first payment due in 60 days. Then you have Department of Commerce. All right. Oh my. Department of Commerce is a hidden gem. They have so many resources to help you guys to level up. Definitely you want to check them out. Then you also have Trulient, okay? Trulient Credit Union. Trulient uses Equifax. They also 90 days on their personal loan. No payments for 90 days, all right? That's what I'm telling you. Choosing the right institutions. Now, some of you all may be wondering, well, how come you didn't say Navy Federal or Penn Fed? Because they don't give you the leverage that these other credit unions give you. They're great. Penn Fed is great when it comes to like credit cards with a 580 credit score, and you can use it as a line of credit, okay? However, I'm trying to put you in a position to where you don't have to make a payment for 90 days, right? To give you that breathing room, right? So that's why I'm choosing these. Now, let's talk about some other business. A lot of people want to get into Airbnb, right? They want to do Airbnb arbitrage. The reason I'm saying it like this, because I was hoping that you all would appreciate the background. I really like that background as well, all right? Now, with Airbnb arbitrage, a lot of you all do not know the secret sauce to Airbnb arbitrage. Now, most people say, oh, go find somebody that has an empty property and you negotiate with them, okay? That you're gonna take over the property, you're gonna rent it out, you're gonna stage it, furnish it, and stuff like that, right? Well, guess what? You still have to take care of the maintenance and stuff of it like that. Well, there's one hack that I mentioned, okay, that's gonna really help you, and I hope that you're gonna appreciate this. I tell you guys to go on the platforms that sell timeshares like Red Week, right? You can buy these timeshares for so cheap. And you can actually list these on Airbnb. So you can list these on Airbnb, all right? Now, Airbnb, when you list these timeshare weeks on Airbnb, you can do it multiple times because you have RCI. So you can buy discounted weeks through RCI and listed as well. Okay, this is one of the best hacks because you don't have to worry about utilities, you don't have to worry about maintenance, you don't have to worry about cleanup. None of that stuff is so much better than the Airbnb and you finding a renter. Okay, now another type of business that's going to generate fast revenue for you is with the medical carrier delivery business. This is very fast money, okay? So you're talking and going anywhere from $150 to $300. Instead of you working a whole day, you probably maybe working or driving maybe 4 hours a day, okay? This is also something that you all may want to check out. Now, here's another thing. Recycling batteries. I was looking at a guy on Instagram and I had no idea, all right, with recycling batteries, recycling car batteries. It's a huge deal. And the reason is because more people are trying to go off grid. And they don't want to buy new batteries. They want to buy more deep cycle cell batteries and stuff like that. And these you can get at a premium. People are selling these batteries at the junkyard for pennies on the dollar, and you can actually load up and resell them to different recycling centers. Okay? Now, some junkyards, they'll keep their own batteries, but they will sell you a battery. So it's all in a matter of you investing. That's the reason, like these loans. Leveraging these loans to have the capital to start these type of businesses. All right. Now, another business that you may want to take into consideration is if you don't want to get any labor type of, you may want to consider affiliate marketing. So with affiliate marketing, goodness gracious, you're talking about replacing your income, replacing your lifestyle, understanding how it works, leveraging and stuff. Affiliate marketing, you don't have to buy a product. You don't have to own a product. You don't have to create a product. You're just marketing somebody else's product. Now, let me reiterate on this because this is something that so many people, they want to start their own business. And they're talking about starting an online business and stuff. Some of the biggest mistakes they make is that they would try to just go out and capitalize it themselves. This is where affiliate marketing. You look at your biggest competitors. They're the ones that putting in the most marketing dollars. And all you doing is riding off of their shirt tail, basically, okay? You're promoting their product. That money is coming in, and I would tell you to have a registered business to do this with. The reason is because as that money comes into that registered business, this is going to put you in position so that you're able to get access to more money so that you can be able to expand into multiple type of businesses. Okay, so a company like I do it. All right, so like with Busy, with LegalZone, they have more marketing dollars than I do. People know them. They don't know me, right? So then, since those people don't know me, I send them over to those companies and to register their business for those that, and then they come back to me for the educational resources of my products, right? So now the money that they pay me, I'm leveraging. I use that to pay my overhead and taxes and expenses and stuff. And then all the money I make from servicing people for educating people on products and stuff like that, you know, in terms of how to get funding and things of that nature, then guess what? They are actually, that capital is kept in-house, okay? So granted, I'm building their brand, but at the same time, at the back end, they're paying me, right? So that helps me out a whole lot. That's how you actually leverage. So that's the reason why I tell you guys, there are so many opportunities out here to make money. Not only to make money, but you don't have to be stuck in a job. You just have to be willing to understand the strategy to get out of that job. That's the reason I'm telling you about these here credit union loans that you can leverage that will help you quit your job in 90 days. All right. So I hope this video helps you. I know it's a long video. I'm just excited. I hope you guys still rocking with me. For those of you that really like the video, leave me a comment. Please share the video. It helps with the algorithm. And check out some of my other YouTube videos. If you want to schedule a one-on-one consultation, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.